Let's build a quick scenario. Let's say you were going to be talking in front of a large group of people and you really wanted them to know and to understand what it was you were saying. The first thing you would do is you would think about your appearance, right? You don't want to, have half your shirt hanging out and you got a three-piece suit on or whatever it might be. You need to make sure that you're ready for the game, whatever that is. And the second thing is the moment you start speaking, you have to think about the expressiveness of your voice, right? The way that you can use your voice to talk to somebody to be interesting, right? If you just sit there and you just talk like this the whole time and nothing ever changes and it's just the same thing over and over and over, and that tends to happen when you're concentrating too hard. Now let's take that and put it in perspective of guitar playing. If I am currently practicing a scale or a technique or a lick or something like that, and I go to jam, I go to play over a chord progression or, a chord, a static chord sound or whatever it might be. Now, again, we're not creating a melody just yet, but when I go to play, you have to understand whatever residue is left in my brain about my practicing is what tends to come out when I start playing. Okay, so that expressiveness does not really have a chance to rise to the surface because we're so busy thinking about whatever it was that we were, our motor function, whatever it was that we were trying to do. And so what I want you to do is I want you to learn how to clear out your mind. When you're going to play over something, when you're going to jam or you're going to write a melody or whatever it might be, obviously phrasing for us can happen a number of different ways. But I want you to clear out all of the thoughts of things that you have been doing, so you don't force yourself to have to apply those in this particular time. As we go through this video, I want you to respond on a natural level, not just on a technical level or on a theoretical level or whatever it might be. I want you to try and put those aside, and I want you to think about being expressive. Now, the next thing that we talk about when we talk about guitar icons, Eric Clapton or Slash or Jimi Hendrix or whoever it might be, we're always talking about their individuality. Now, individuality, it's like if you hear something on the radio and you go, that's Eddie Van Halen, right? Why do we know that? Is it just because of their phrasing ability? Probably not. There's guitar tone in there, there's licks and things like that. But let's be honest. I mean, the way that they play the guitar, the way they approach the guitar when they play is really, really, really crucial to the output of the sound that they're creating. So we want to create individuality in your playing. When you go to solo over something, think about it. If you were going to play over something, what's the first thing you see? Do you see the same thing over and over and over? Do you see the same patterns over and over and over, right? The same licks over and over and over? Or do you really have a nice full palette of options and opportunities on your fretboard? And the reason I'm talking about that is because I want you to always remember that one of the most important aspects of your guitar is freedom. It's freedom from the mechanics of playing guitar. The mechanics can be theory. The mechanics can be visualization. The mechanics can be technical, all of those kinds of things. All of the things of which this video is not about. Okay? We need all of those. There's no doubt about it. But what we are trying to achieve in this video is getting to the point where we're not concerned with knowing everything. It's using the things that we do know in the most expressive, most inspiring, and most authentic way possible to make the music that we are playing simply flow. Okay? So what I want you to think about is beyond this video that I'm doing right now, I want you to think about how important licks and patterns and exercises and theory and all those things are to your playing. And you want to find a spot on a daily basis to practice those things. What we are going to focus on right now is melodic creation and realism in your movements on your guitar.